Okay, guys, and thanks for tuning in today. Today, I want to do is just show you, and I mentioned it in my drive-by. This is how to use Msconfig to optimize your computer. There's a few different ways, but first, we're going to be talking about generally, like I say, if you have a computer that's brand new or it's old, these are some features which you can do on your computer to optimize it. Let me move this down a little bit here so we can see our bottom bar here. And this is going to show you how to optimize it. So the first thing I wanted to go through to let you know, this is on just about every version of Windows. It's called Msconfig. So once you have your computer up, you're going to go and you can follow my cursor here. I believe I have it activated. Okay, yep. And you're going to go down to the start button, which is there. Okay, see that? You're going to type in this little bar here that has the little search icon. You're going to type in Msconfig. Okay, and then you're going to hit enter. Wait a second. It'll come up. Now you'll get this configuration window that comes up. If you see it, you notice there's a services tab and there's a startup tab. There's some general tabs, but we're not going to go through those. We're just going to go services and startup. We may the next one go on the other tabs and give you an explanation. Msconfig is a program that's built into Windows. It goes deep. It goes into the registry and pulls up your registry settings, things that are loaded on your computer. The first place you're going to want to go is to the services tab. Now, services tab, this will show you everything as I scroll through it. These are all things Windows uses to run. If you wanted to go down to Windows updates, you could go, and it's alphabetical. Windows updates in here somewhere. Windows update, you could see that. If you didn't want it to run, you could uncheck that. Okay, there's some telnet services and other things, so update would not automatically come up then. But for our purposes, we are going to disable things that are not part of the Windows operating system. You have to really know what you're doing here. There's a lot of information on the internet, or in some following videos on Msconfig, I will be going through that. So basically, you want to click on this hide. Hide shows you things that are running. You can see here Adobe is off, the Andrea RT filter service, AVG is on, AVG Watchdog. I could have that off if I wanted. I would uncheck them if I wanted to. If I want to leave them on, I leave them on. Google Update, I don't need that. Mozilla, NVIDIA Driver Help, I don't need that. So I'm going to leave those on there. You could disable them all or enable them also. But when you put that off, it shows you the services Windows is using. And you click on there. It'll also have in here like other services Windows isn't using. But you know, mainly those are all your services for Windows. So click hide because you don't want to disable any Windows services. And from here you could disable them all. It wouldn't matter. So whatever you put on here is going to start when you reboot your computer and start Windows. So those two are fine. That's about all I usually run. So now we go to our startup. Startup, you see I only have the internet, the AVG running. That's it. All these other ones are off. And in here you can select. I mean, some people I see in the startup, they have like 100 items. So you could shut them all off, and I would just recommend to have your antivirus running. Now, if you have an iPod or something like that and you run iTunes, you're going to want to have the Bonjour and the Apple services running in the startup, and in this, when you go hide it, you want it in here, the services too. But basically all you do is you would click on OK. It's going to ask you if you want to restart, and you could restart it. Once you restart it, it'll come back up, and it's going to pretty much optimize everything on there. So you go to the start, Msconfig. Most of the time it'll show you it right here, and then you could just click on it. And then you could go to services and your startup. So those are actually the two options to speed up the computer. Now there's another one related to video, and I will actually run another video on that. But this is Msconfig, how to actually optimize and speed up your computer without actually using just applications and stuff. This is critical. So just about everybody that has a computer, you upload videos on YouTube and stuff. So go on there and take a look and see what your service is. When you hide all the services here, okay, and take a look at your startup and see what's running in your startup. You'll be surprised. And the really only thing you need is your internet, your AVG, your antivirus, and then possibly, like I say, if you have an Apple or iPhone or something, if you're on iTunes a lot, leave those that Bonjour and the Apple services enabled, and you would leave them in here too. When you go hide, you'll see them sitting in there, leave them on, and when you go to startup, you'll see them there, leave them on, because otherwise your iTunes might have a problem. But all these you can start manually. You know what I mean? You could start Snagit yourself. You could start all kinds of services and Office and stuff. You could start those yourself. But I wanted to show you that, and hope this was educational, and thanks for tuning in. But that's how to use Msconfig. Thank you.